All right, so that was your 3 points, your tangent. Well, let's try 3-point arc and see what happens. Let's highlight this whole thing. I think I missed them. I'm going to zoom down a little bit so I can make sure to highlight them all. Then we'll zoom up a little bit closer. Whoopsie. So we'll try 3-point arc. I'm going to click a point here at 6.2. I'll click a point over here, 4.3. I'll move my cursor. So you see 4.3 is where it's holding, and this one where I first clicked, and then I'll come over here and click a position. Wherever those 3 points are, it passes, the arc passes through those 3 points. However, your first and last selection define the start and end points of your arc, versus on the circle, it just completes a full radius. All right, so I'll delete that, and let's go try 3-point arc starting with limits. Okay, so you notice it says start point here, so I'll click here as a start point, and then it says end point. So when I click here, I'm doing the end point, and now I'm coming up here, and that middle point is the last one I did. Whereas the other one, 3-point arc, it says starting point in the tool palette, so I'll do a starting point here. Second point is not the end point, it's the second point, and then the third point is the end point. Okay, so that's the difference between these two. And then this one here is center arc. So this one, what you do is you start with the center, then you go to your start point, and I like to always go counterclockwise, and then this is your end point. Okay, so 3 different ways to create your arcs. Let's delete this and go into a rectangle and create a rectangle like so. Do you see how the axis is lining up? I don't want that to line up with the axis, so I just do this. And I'm going to use center point arc. So the center of my point of the arc is going to be here. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go here. And then I can delete this line. Now, when I was creating it, I wasn't able to get tangency to apply to this end. I want this curve and this line to be tangent. This curve and this line looks like it's tangent, but I want to force the tangency. I can do that using the control button. And then I use the second option, which is known as the dialog box. You get the pop-up window to come up, and we select tangency, and you get that tangent symbol. I select OK. And that is how I created a part with an arc at the end. Okay, that's part arc. If I highlight this and I create a rectangle like so, that differs, whoops. Under tritangent circle, I could do something like this. And then I could use my quick trim option and remove this, 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 and this. Remove this, and remove this, and remove this. To make sure that line's completely gone, I'll analyze it to make sure it's closed. And we have a closed profile. I'm going to go to sketch and try tangent again. This, and this one. And I'm going to try trim. I'm going to select this line and this arc. Why didn't that trim? Select trim, select this line and this arc. That's what should have happened on the other one. So I feel like I missed that arc. That arc and that line, they should be trimmed together. Okay, so I like that for that technique better. Then I can just select this line and delete it because I don't need it at all. All right, so a couple ways to go about making your slot.